Starting my backup recording now, and anywho, we're rapidly approaching Lantern Rite. I have 3 story keys, which means it's going to be time for me to do some more story missions. I could do 3 in a row, but I don't want to spend that kind of time because I do plan on having a meal later. And most places in my area close at around 10, so I would like to be done before 9 so that I can go out and eat. Same rules still apply. Deaths equal wishes. Stream boss kills equal wishes. Subs equal wishes. And people can impose restrictions on me in the comments. So, there's going to be that. Maybe we use the weaker team members if we want to do stuff. We've had to... I believe I mentioned I lowered the world level, but that's because it's gotten to the point where every so often, hell, even at world level 5, there are still some dailies that I physically can't do because my DPS is just not high enough, and I don't want to have to grind to make the game functional. I'd rather suffer and just get penalized for dying rather than be forced to grind to make it so that I die less. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the gameplay, because I think I've talked your guys' ears off enough. In more recent news, I guess I could mention still grinding materials off stream. But, as you can see, we're at the point where everything's super expensive. Might be able... so I'm starting to just level up talents in the meantime. Like, we gotta get that Noelle breastplate up. It's like our primary source of healing for our main team. Been leveling up artifacts as well in the downtime. In my other downtime, I've also been watching the... I watched a lot of the One Piece Reverie yesterday. And I hope some of y'all did too. We'll probably be jumping into One Piece World Seeker... No, World Seeker. One Piece Odyssey probably in a couple days too as well. But that's going to be a subtopic for another stream. I do also plan on jumping into Chrono Trigger probably tomorrow. And then we'll be doing One Piece Odyssey the day after. It's been a while, so let's just jump straight into the story missions. Intro over. Which means now we can start the Aphros Delos chapter, which this, a lot of people tell me, is one of their favorites. And I want to assume that it's either because it's good or because of simps. This one I'm also told is really good, but because there's an entire Archon quest locked behind it, I'm assuming it'll be interesting. But without further ado, let's go meet Eula. The spindrift shall never return to the sea. Shadow of the past.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
Talk to Master Jean. Oh, that's right. There is a waypoint on the Knights of Favonius building. When are they going to let us go upstairs in the Knights of Favonius building? I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to keep asking until I get an answer. Asked and answered is what I would like to say one day, but it hasn't come up yet. Yeah.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with.
Nights are busy as ever. Sounds like a typical Master Gene to me.
I have been meaning to have a word with you if the occasion presented itself, but as you know, Mondstadt's safety must always be my first priority.
Sure.
I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Lawrence clan. I remember them in the manga. Or web novel, whatever you want to call it. It was kind of a rich, pretentious asshole.
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decorabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today.
Yeah, you get to see that play out in the web comic.
The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
I don't remember if they were called the Lawrence clan, but if she's saying it, then it must be true. My memory is shoddy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
Yes, Paimon.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter.
This water tastes funny. I have a water purifier. I might have to check it later. Because that water does not taste like water. But why us? Sounds like a job of the Knights of Favonius to me.
Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember.
Well, if Vanessa...
We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights.
Well, it makes sense, considering the Knights were formed by pretty much the person who kicked them out of power. Of course the Knights of Favonius are not going to have a good relationship.
No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase.
I say go for it anyway. Doesn't matter. Distrust and tensions are already at the high.
All of our past efforts would have been wasted.
If you're not trusting one side, you shouldn't be worried about expecting trust from the other. But as the honorary knight, I technically also belong to the Knights.
You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way.
Makes sense.
Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Whoa, leave it to Master Gene to come up with such a thorough plan.
This is not a plan. This is literally just get a third party to, I guess, spy on them. But what do I know? I live in America, where the CIA and the FBI spy on everybody anyway. And the NSA, too.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls.
Schubert.
It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch.
Well, leave it to me. I hope things go smoothly.
Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
The spindrift shall never return to the sea. Yeah. Alright. Gotta investigate the city. They are over there. That's not too far away. We can walk. former aristocrat in the city.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello, we're here too.
Hello?
Yeah, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Did you just say what's wrong? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner?
Are you suggesting that I can't?
Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do.
This guy reeks of nepotism, and I already don't like him.
Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
I'm just gonna walk away. For once, Ether, me and you, I'm leaving.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
You're nobility, not royalty.
In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman.
Sure it was.
And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping.
Yeesh. I bet you carried slaves, too.
But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation.
Sounds like too much hassle to me.
What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility?
I'm not questioning their dignity. I'm questioning their authority. It is a small but significant difference.
I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor.
Cool. Try a coup. I'll be first in line to stop you.
Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies. Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
I have a feeling some mandatory stealth is coming.
So this is what Master G meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
We didn't really accomplish anything there, so I don't even know why we're going back to talk to her. Oh, hey, Amber.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight. I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here.
I didn't expect to run into you either.
Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Not so much trouble, just an asshole.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
It's a long story.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched.
That's true. She's so positive. I just realized I can see the fucking sword thingy hovering over Dragonspine in the background of the shot. You can see it right there in the top left.
You just have to keep at it and never give up.
Thank you. That's Amber for you.
Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem?
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
That's not that common. From what I hear, I'm probably one of the nicest people to Paimon, and that a lot of people don't listen to Paimon.
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any manners.
Sounds like you're no stranger to his rants.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache?
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore.
Times change.
However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy, Eula.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company.
Jean told us that the Lawrence clan sees the Knights as enemies. How could a member of the Lawrence clan join the Knights?
Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula?
She doesn't trust Eula, does she?
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her.
That makes sense.
In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family.
She sounds like quite the character. I guess that's understandable from their point of view.
She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Storm Bear Mountains.
Oh, I hate going there. Fuck.
Thanks, Amber. All right, you heard her. Let's go find Eula.
Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? Well, if you want to learn about the conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members?
Makes sense to me, Paimon. Makes sense to me. Oh, Storm Bear Mountains. I could have I heard they said Storm Bear Mountains, and in my brain I heard Dragon Spine. Oh, that's so much better. I panicked over that all like that for nothing. For nothing. Ugh. And while I'm here, I should also look for some Valaberries. Pine cones. Oh, look, Fatui. Oh no, it's just a sweet flower.
The Fatui? What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later.
No one escapes my sights.
Don't be a killjoy!
hard.
We've only just begun.
Propagate!
Eat up! This was well done!
I hate how the Fatui shields
Cut
work.
to the chase.
They're so dumb.
You can't run!
Don't blink. Hey!
I must collect myself. Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun. This was well done.
Leave it all to me.
Roasted fry.
As a dutiful maid would.
This is trouble. Looks like I went too far. You need to hurry up. This was well done.
Steady as stone.
Germinate!
Roasted fry.
Speed of light.
You need a an unfortunate fault.
Oh no, it's Mr. Hammer time.
Let it rain.
Stay right there. Almost.
Get him!
Ow. He's level
Let's end this
54, and I'm
quickly.
still having this much trouble fighting these guys. What the... You saw that. That went straight through him.
Let's not waste time.
No one escapes my sight!
This isn't good.
Ooh, cutscene. Wait, they have scopes? Ooh, this music's nice. Whoa, she's fast. That was impressive.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets?
Not long enough if I was able to stumble here and run into them by accident.
And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
What was with that camera angle there?
What?
I'm sorry, vengeance?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too.
No, we were not making quick work of them. It was actually kind of annoying. They're always a pain to fight because they have the stupid shield mechanic.
If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit.
It's like you are required to have a pyro, electro, water, and ice team specifically in case Fatui show up.
Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
I'm actually quite used to fighting the Fatui. I know my way around a fight. I'm not used to fighting the Fatui. They're a pain.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
TLDR, the Fatui, though interesting in design and effect and style, are literally poorly designed from a gameplay mechanic standpoint. They force you to play a certain way and punish you for not playing that way.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch enemies?
Arch enemies? Wait a minute. You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago.
I can't make heads or tails out of her personality.
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt.
Oh. Okay?
Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
Is vengeance just like your word of the day calendar word?
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
So you must be Eula.
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her.
If you can call what we just did communicating.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
We were sent here by Amber.
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right.
That's my uncle. Okay.
But why do you mean to investigate him?
He may be secretly involved with the Fatui.
I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
Can we get... Okay, I get it. Let's just make a shit list and put me on it. You don't have to say it for every little thing I do.
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
Aren't you curious about your uncle?
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
Can you stop that, please? Also, camera, can we back up just a little bit?
But didn't you say it first? Oh.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you.
Your definition of curious is curious. Why do you seem so happy about it?
I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people.
Paimon, you should have led with the whole Amber thing. Aren't you plotting vengeance against us? You're not planning to take your revenge at an opportune moment, aren't you? At an opportune moment, are you?
We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grand Master's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Well, she's definitely interesting.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
Huh.
Go, Barret Buddy!
Ow!
You
Oh,
got me.
got me from behind. We're gonna take some of these opportunities to do other stuff because I'm probably not gonna die much otherwise. What's my fucking pity at anyway? Didn't I just get a book? Why is that not on here? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73. We're at 73 pity. Ow.
I must leave no stone unturned.
I actually need some slime condensate for leveling up Lisa and her talents. Want to get Lisa to around level 80 for the event so we can unlock her new outfit when that comes out. Or the goal is to get as many characters to level 80 as possible, but it's starting to look like that's a pipe dream. I might have 1 or 2 of them at level 80 by tomorrow, though.
Steady as stone.
Propagate!
Alright. Can I warp to the cathedral? Nope. But we can get pretty close.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise, it'll keep bugging us.
About all that vengeance stuff.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go. Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
Yeah, I think you have to put it in the microwave.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order.
I sounds like you get offended too easily. That's what I'm taking away from this.
Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes.
She's definitely counting.
But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand.
Makes sense to me. I think I
Good.
see what you mean.
Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to: your manner of speech and your bearing.
And your status, and your lineage, and how much money you have, and how much land you own.
Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Paimon, please stop.
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
I just realized she has a tie.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
Ah, so they just want me to be wordy as fuck.
As the morning dew does what now?
Come on, Paimon, that was pretty easy.
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you.
We're not the same status as him, so this is a waste of time.
Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water.
Seems like a lot of work to greet a good friend.
Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
I mean, if we're not good friends, I get that. But don't call him a good friend.
Just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's confused.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close.
Then why did you bother teaching me this?
It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them.
That was pretty... I get that. This is just going to be one of those missions where I'm smarter than Aether, so it's going to make Aether look like a dum-dum. You mean I have to always talk this way?
This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait. This is all too abstract.
No, Paimon, it's not. This is just etiquette.
Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Ah. Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Oh boy. This is gonna go poorly. Speech and etiquette. Talk to the locals in Eula's demonstration. Norman.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... What comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
I can, and it makes me feel cringe.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence.
You almost quoted what fucking Schubert said so far.
Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange?
This isn't strange, this is just... bourgeois attitude.
The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do, just beat it.
I think you misunderstood her. She's giving us a demonstration, that's all.
Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Do I need to put like a vengeance will be mine counter somewhere on the stream? I definitely don't. I definitely don't want to do that. But she's making me want to.
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Ooh, I think my window isn't airtight anymore. Since all these windstorms, it's kind of feeling cold in this room.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else.
Oh, this is gonna go poorly. We're just helping to ruin her reputation at this point. If she even had any reputation. Leno!
You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while.
This is so weird.
Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear.
Hey, I think that's Sungwon Cho again. Maybe?
Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Again? What's with this attitude?
That escalated fast. Maybe we should just stop for now.
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
She fucking said it again. Child. Randall.
You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a Knight of Favonius, and that the Knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule.
Schubert did say as much, which reminds me, I guess we were supposed to report that to Jean. Whoops.
And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
That's what I've been saying.
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Vengeance will be mine. Moving on.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here. I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius.
Maybe we should just call it a day. Maybe everyone should just take a step back.
I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here. If you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go.
Maybe the reason Amber gets along with her is because she's from Leeway originally and not from here.
It's alright. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
No, it's not.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop.
Thank you, Paimon. Thank you.
Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
After reading the webcomic and seeing just how poorly the Lawrence clan was mistreating people, it's a bit understandable.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time.
And somehow you still manage to brush it off with a laugh. I'm starting to sympathize with you.
Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is now my turn to bear this burden. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
So you knew all along that we'd encounter these kind of problems.
Yeah, why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do.
I can't get a read on her.
But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
Oh, come on, please don't. Please don't embarrass yourself further.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now.
I don't think we've gotten the gist of it, because you guys have, every time she's opened her mouth, have said, yeah, we don't understand this. This is too abstract. Blah, 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 blah.
Right?
Yeah, I think I got it. I'm still not too sure we can do this.
We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct.
Are we? I feel like we've learned nothing. Or at least they've learned nothing.
A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement.
Yes, use flowery language. Don't treat friends like not friends, and don't treat not friends like friends.
But we must also practice your bearing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that, though.
I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine.
No, fuck. I jinxed it when I said Dragonspine earlier, didn't I? Fuck. Fucking Ice Mountain with stupid cold bullshit. Look for the objective. Oh, there she is.
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really need to be done here?
Yes. Why does it have to be done here?
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant even amidst harsh conditions.
Fuck that.
For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse. But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Or they'd have a servant clean up after them.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring.
No, we haven't, Paimon.
Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake.
Yeah, I'm used to this kind of challenge. So it should be way easier than making conversation, at least.
Paimon thinks so too. But you've got this in the bag.
You look pretty confident this time. All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most unsightly.
Knocked and launched into the air by what?
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings.
I didn't see where
No
the
need to worry.
objective was.
Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at first, but the key is to remain patient. Let's try again. Remember, you must be elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That won't do. You've exposed your
Oh,
shortcomings.
I gotta grab that stupid thing.
No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at... Remember, you...
I'll race you there! I'll race you there!
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings.
I don't know what
No need
those
to
things
worry.
are.
Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult at... Remember,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go around.
I'll race you there!
not
Sheesh.
bad. A lot better than I had anticipated, at least.
Paimon almost didn't make it through. Whew. Good thing we didn't get stuck. So, are we aristocrats now?
Aristocrats.
Don't flatter yourselves. We've only just begun. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real battle, one would seldom have a chance to stop and evaluate the situation. There's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract nearby monsters.
If I didn't have to get the stupid checkpoints, it would have been a lot easier.
True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle.
Is this how you normally train?
My family set only the highest expectations for me, even as a child. Let's proceed, shall we?
Impossible standards. Great. Go to the training location, activate the ley line monolith.
Incoming! I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should. I'll catch up.
Alright, who are we fighting and what are we doing? Oh, that's it.
This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Steady as stone. Someone needs assistance.
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Why did they have to put a fucking water slime in with the ice slime?
Incoming! Let it rain! Speed of light!
You failed this time.
Oh, I didn't even realize I got the water condition on me.
But not
Fuck!
to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again. You failed this time. What a shame.
Instantly! Motherfucker!
Not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Spring forth!
Incoming!
You failed this time. What a shame.
I can't walk fucking near it?
Not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Fuck it, hit the monolith, I don't give a shit. I'm going all the way over here. Oh, there's fucking more enemies. Ugh.
Hey!
Go over there. Fuck off.
Go, Baron Bunny! No one escapes my sights!
Where is the heat lamp? Oh no, fuck you, Bubbles.
Don't blink! Yeah! Nowhere to hide. Incoming! Ah! Bet you can't keep up with me!
No.
Let it
Fuck
rain.
you.
As a dutiful maid would.
Fuck that. That was difficult.
Well done. Your performance was most impressive.
Ugh.
And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragonspine surroundings. I'm starting to wonder if even I could have done the same.
Fucking impossible standards.
Given such an outstanding performance, it seems there is little left for me to teach you.
Like Paimon said, adventuring is our specialty. So, that's it for our training, right? Then let's get out of Dragonspine before Paimon turns into a popsicle.
Hold on. I was commending the Traveler's performance just now. You, on the other hand, seem to have made no progress at all.
Ooh, you got called out hard, Paimon.
What? You mean Paimon was also part of the training?
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and dashing about throughout the entire thing. Not an elegant sight at all. Did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach you?
Maybe the weather is too cold here. Maybe that's just Paimon's style.
Hey! That's not true! Paimon was just focusing on you the whole time!
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. A cause for vengeance, perhaps.
Please no.
Now, drink this.
Oh no, it's gonna be cold wolfhook juice or something.
Huh? What is it? Are you trying to poison Paimon?
Certainly not. It's warm milk.
Oh, thank goodness.
Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it and it'll help warm you up.
Where were you keeping warm milk? I don't fucking know. Inventory systems are weird.
Oh, thank you. Are you still planning on the whole vengeance thing?
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, that would ruin my plans for vengeance now, wouldn't it?
You have a very weird definition of vengeance.
So, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
Ah! Paimon knew something was off!
Thank you for looking after
All in
Paimon.
the name of vengeance. No need to thank me.
Okay.
Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return to Mondstadt. Our last step will be preparing a cordial gift to present to my uncle when you meet him. I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah a visit at Good Hunter.
I completely forgot that there's two Saras in this game. There's Kujo Sara and Sara a Good Hunter. Fuck you, Dragonspine. I hope I never have to come back here again. God, we're still on this speech and etiquette
catch up.
fucking mission.
Someone needs assistance.
Oh, hey, Amber's here.
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
We meet again, Amber. Seems we're just bound to run into you these days.
Wow. She is short.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter. But now that you're here, why don't we all eat together?
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared a meal together. Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle's gift while we eat.
Accepting Amber's invitation, you and Eula sit at the table.
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? We'll take it as a gift to him later.
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter once it's ready.
I just noticed that Amber, her feet don't reach the ground when she's on these chairs. I don't know why I focus on height so much, but it's just so weird to me. Mostly because the heights seem super inconsistent. Because sometimes in some shots she's taller than the Traveler, and then in other shots she's shorter.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying salad also something that Amber ordered?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a salad on the house. You know, to contrast all the meat dishes.
So, we clearly didn't order this. Yet you prepared it without authorization.
Oh my fucking god!
Mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Why? Do you hate salad that much?
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free salad?
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am.
Oh god. She's in on the joke!
Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose Gebratenes Fleischmit sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle? Hyman's never even heard that dish before.
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about the dish. The old aristocrat seemed to take a liking to it.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. I guess it's become less popular over time. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it Gebratenes Fleischmit Vengeance ever since. Ugh.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that constitutes grounds for transgression.
Huh, so even Amber doesn't escape your vengeance.
Of course not. It's hard to find someone in Mondstadt that attracts contempt as much as she does.
It's fine when you're just joking between us, but I'm afraid our honorary knight might misunderstand you. Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that's just how she is. It's nothing you should take too seriously.
Are you sure about that?
But I am serious, and I'll remember every transgression committed against me. Ugh, it's no wonder so many people dislike you.
No, people don't dislike Amber. At least, I hope not. But, for the most part, your issue is you take too many things as transgressions when you should take a lot of these things more lightly.
Hyman's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person.
Where did you make that realization from? How?
There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something nice.
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social pariah, have you?
Well, no?
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's impossible for me, and I have no intention of acting like a good person.
How about acting like a normal person, then? It's a nice compromise.
All right, no need to look so sullen. I'm just kidding. Come on, let's eat. The food is getting cold.
I thought we had been eating the whole time.
Oh, I'm stuffed. I'll see Sarah about the bill.
No need. I've left the mora under the plate. If you try to settle it with her in person, she won't accept payment for the salad. Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. Sarah won't get the upper hand this time.
I thought you said revenge would be taken out in order.
All right. Next, you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually whiles his time away there when there's nothing else to do.
Aren't you coming with us, Eula?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be better if you two went alone.
It'd actually be more convenient for us, because if we're working with you, that might make it look suspicious.
Ah, yes. Please do remember to pick up the dish from Sarah.
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness. Well, until next time.
Let's meet again. What an interesting bunch you are.
Well, I can't decide if I like her or not. She's definitely weird. Super weird. Oh, that's right. Pick up the thing beside.
Here, the gebratinous Fleisch mit sauerkraut is ready to go. Be sure to eat it while it's hot. Otherwise, the flavor will be spoiled. And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says strange things. She's actually a very good person.
I'm sure she is, but she goes about it all the wrong way.
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand the sight of Eula when she was trying to speak with the others in Mondstadt earlier. But she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now. What's up with that?
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing the Lawrence name. They are unable to see past her family, therefore they don't actually see Eula for herself. So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything she tries to accomplish.
I think I understand now. Now Paimon should feel bad for thinking that she was getting poisoned earlier. So that's what she meant when she said it's hard for a good person to try to be good. Yes!
How come you're able to see Eula differently then?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision. At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of Favonius headquarters, clamoring for Eula to give an explanation.
Whoa, so both sides were unhappy.
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula must have been under such circumstances. But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonius, they were able to quell the unrest. Tensions still remain beneath the surface, I'm afraid.
I wonder, she's a captain of a 4th company, right? I wonder how the people that work directly under her feel about it.
In the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. And in the eyes of the Lawrence clan, she's a disgrace to her family.
Ostracized.
But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight, silently helping one person after another, myself included. People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. She could stand to be treated a little more fairly.
It's good that you're able to understand her.
I believe a day will come when things will get better.
Oh, I hope so.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to Eula again. Paimon thinks we know how to communicate with her now.
Yeah, but we were supposed to learn etiquette was the thing we were supposed to learn.
I'm glad. I think that would make her very happy, though she might not ever admit it. Take care. Please come again.
Okay, this is a good stopping point for me to move and go turn on my space heater. Ah, that's so much better.
Which should I choose?
It's been getting quite busy recently.
Alright. I don't normally like to run the space heater while I'm streaming because I can't pay attention to it if something bad happens, but it is fucking cold in here. Let's check the thermometer on my phone. It is what temperature? It's fucking 54 degrees in here. Jesus.
Is the steak.
I guess I'll post an expedition at the adventure.
Springvale, right? Going to Springvale. Through the motions to the heart. He lives in a camp. I think the lake waypoint would be the closest. I see meat. Fish.
Leave it all to me.
All right, you.
Speed of light. Hey! Ha! Ha! Don't blink. Huh? Cut to the chase. Incoming. Ah! Got lucky that time. Don't blink. Huh?
Ah, nice. Have I never been up here? I guess I haven't.
The tent seems to be pretty tattered, but there's a really fancy chair. Could this be another aristocratic custom?
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you two.
Please, if I may be so bold to say a few humble words.
A few humble words, huh? Yes, that sounds appropriate enough.
He's smiling.
Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded. I'll overlook your previous misconduct for now and listen to what you have to say.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
And again, we are hearing Paimon's innermost thoughts, which is very weird, because we are not a mind reader. Before I go further, I wish to express my will of resistance. It is an honor to stand before you here, immersed in your supreme brilliance.
It appears I have misjudged you. Supreme brilliance. The glory of the nobility that continues to this day. A true loyalist. Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have become well versed in our etiquette.
Oh, so he was testing us. Sheesh, what an ordeal.
Quiet, Paimon. Your thoughts are so loud that I can hear them.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress in such a short time is practically unfathomable. If I may ask, from whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech?
I was fortunate to benefit from the knowledge of a dear friend. I refined my contact with some instruction in the classics, courtesy of my dear friend.
Ah, good. Very good. You are bright, and compared with the common folk of Mondstadt, you certainly have potential. If you were of aristocratic blood, your prospects would be promising indeed.
By the way, we brought a gift. Paimon means we would like to present you with a small token of our goodwill.
There you go, Paimon. That's how to get into character.
Could this be? Gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person nowadays, only with no small effort could you achieve such a dish. It's been so long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. What I mean to say is, since it's nearly mealtime, I shall partake.
I do think it's kind of funny that as I was growing up as a kid, I hated sauerkraut, but now that I have a more refined palate, I actually do like it. I honestly wish that I ate it more often, but I'm a very poor man, so I mostly eat cheap things like fast food and strange concoctions that I make out of mashed potatoes, canned food, vegetables, and ground meat. He relishes it.
Ah, yes. This aroma, just as I remember it. And this exquisite sour flavor. A delicacy that only us noblemen and women could appreciate.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder what it tastes like.
It tastes, it's like cabbage.
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply that you come bearing a request.
It seems there's word that the Lawrence family has a grand scheme of sorts.
Wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family secret.
I would like to do what I can for the nobility. Infiltrate. We have infiltrated the nobilities into ranks.
Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you must be a talent of unusual fortitude. I'm willing to place my full trust in you.
Oh wow, full trust. Immediately.
Please, come with me. We happen to be in need of competent fellows like yourself.
Where are we going?
To see some friends from a distant land. They have offered their assistance in restoring the Lawrence clan to its former glory.
Well, this is playing out like Jean suspected, it seems, if it's the Fatui.
Solely based on your etiquette.
I think we need to be careful. Perhaps this is what old aristocrats see as the most important.
Well then, let's get going, shall we? You'll understand everything in due course.
This is gonna go fall apart when the Fatui recognizes, isn't it?
Do you think his friends are the Fatui? Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
Paimon and me sharing brain cells again. I wonder if people realize that Paimon is more of a mouthpiece for the Traveler because it's easier to project yourself on a character like the Traveler if you have someone else doing all the talking, because that way the Traveler can remain a blank slate. You should probably be hating the Traveler, not Paimon, because anything Paimon says is what the Traveler in most cases should be saying. Behind enemy lines. Recommended ice and water.
We can do this!
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
We might die some bunch. We're underleveled for this. Die some more.
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden?
Oh, come on, why? It's only proper for aristocrats to wear masks. I don't wish to be seen by strangers.
Even if they are powerful, our status is much higher than theirs in the land of Mondstadt. And therefore, we shouldn't allow them to admire our true faces so easily. I see.
God, he fucking bought it.
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize us.
Let's proceed, shall we? I'll introduce you as my guest. As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
any faster.
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving hurriedly is unacceptable.
Just chill walking.
Let the show be as expected. It's the Fatui!
As expected.
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Fyodor.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business partners.
Boris and Daler.
I'll protect us.
Hold it right there! Who's this?
If you really must know, they're my guests. If you happen to offend them in even the slightest, then you will be held accountable by the Lawrence clan.
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise caution.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have time for this. Make way.
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine. You may proceed.
Wow, they folded really quickly under that.
Being here with us, they don't dare to question you.
Of course. That is the benefit of prestige. In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. Huh. And such glory will return to me again before long.
Where have I seen this person before?
Sergey!
And who, may I ask, is this? We mustn't bring just anyone in here.
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely trustworthy. You have the word of the Lawrence clan.
Pleasure to meet
Our
you.
plans are strictly confidential. It's not wise to bring in an outsider at this time. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of Favonius has been very active in Mondstadt recently.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the etiquette of the nobility. I must treat them with the proper mutual respect. The Knights of Favonius pay no regard to such details. They could never understand the intricacies of our etiquette.
This guy's doing some really good VA work right here. He's really selling the stick up his ass mentality.
And what about this thing?
You mean Paimon?
Enough! You dare question my word? Need I remind you who it is who has made your activity in Mondstadt possible? Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been driven out by the Knights of Favonius like dogs. You must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my friend. You've offended their honor.
This guy is very helpful without realizing that we are really undermining and destroying his entire plan from within.
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further inquiries. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses as promised?
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
And that's why he was patrolling the city walls.
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Let me see. Huh. Why is it so poorly drawn? Everything's so squiggly and crooked. And what is this shape supposed to be?
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went to great lengths to carefully draw this map by hand myself.
Oh my god, he's an idiot.
That shape is the symbol of the Knights of Favonius.
I see. Crude, but I can make do. Are you able to verify that this is all reliable information?
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The flag of the Lawrence clan will fly above the Knights of Favonius headquarters. The rights to that building, as well as the whole of Mondstadt, belong to the Lawrence clan.
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no use haggling over the details. We will make good use of the intel you provided. Also, be certain not to divulge our identity. There would be diplomatic consequences, you know.
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. And my new friend here. No one else will know of it. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Then, the city and all its people will once again be under the rightful and unwavering rule of the Lawrence clan. Perfect. Just as it once was, and just as it should be.
We are really giving this guy a full villain monologue. These guys are just... I feel sorry for the Fatui for having to work with these people.
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly. That is all. For now.
Very well.
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
No need to keep up appearances.
That's right! It's the Honorary Knight and their trusty companion Paimon! We're here to crush your evil schemes into dust! Dust!
And breathe. I think they get the message. Oh, and breathe. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Ah, fuck it. We'll just go with that.
So this was all just a ploy to deceive me!
It's your own fault! Who would put so much trust in someone based purely on their manners?
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh? We'll see about that!
I think the damage is done. He gave him, cruelly drawn, albeit, the plans of the defenses and weaknesses and fortifications, so... the Lawrence clan will go down, but the Fatui are gonna get away with everything here, actually.
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted these foolish aristocrats. No matter, we already have the intel we need. Get them!
Wow, this guy's acting really rationally, really rationally, and proactive.
We're running off in different directions. Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later.
Dodge this!
Stay right there.
Don't push your luck.
Well, try.
No escape!
Freeze!
Don't be a killjoy. This quick has begun.
Time to fight back.
You can't run. Well, neither can I.
Dodge this!
This is bad.
Freeze!
Is it over?
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this!
I will end you. I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Cool it!
I swear.
Now,
Speed of light!
Is it over?
Nowhere to hide.
Stay right there. You can't run. Send this quickly. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. You can't run. Well, neither can I.
what?
Freeze!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just
Ow.
begun. Miscalculated.
What's the hurry?
This is bad.
Don't get frostbite.
Let's dance. Oh. Huh. Hi. Huh. Huh. Hi.
Free healing.
Cool it! Freeze! This quickly!
Ready, steady, go!
Cool it!
The Harbinger of Dawn, crit rate at high health.
Freeze!
Door is open! Let's go! Is that Eula?
Don't touch me! Get out of my way! I'll leave on my own!
It seems we finally caught up with you. This place is crawling with Fatui. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Things progressed much faster than we anticipated.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that taught them our etiquette. And I thought you despised such pleasantries. Furthermore, there is a rule in our family. Such traditions are never to be taught to outsiders.
Then how will you expect people to be polite in return?
Ah, yes. Rings a bell. So what? I had no reason not to teach them.
You have brought shame to our family and ruined my plans. It's all for naught now.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you were well aware that it was not the right thing to do. As a Knight of Favonius, I could not overlook your actions.
Knight of Favonius? Let's get one thing straight. I am your uncle, and you are a member of the Lawrence clan. You should strive to restore your family's glory. You still have a chance. Defeat every Knight of Favonius here, and leave with me. Then I shall plead with the family to spare you and give you a new beginning.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of Favonius to attack the Knights of Favonius?
I shall say this one last time. You are not a Knight of Favonius. You are a descendant of the Lawrence clan.
Dumb smile on his face.
The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your veins.
Look at his hand glitching out.
You must comply with the will of the family.
Since when have I ever complied with the will of the family?
Why, you unruly maid!
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, you knowingly plotted against the city of Mondstadt and threatened its safety. Had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make trying to keep the plans under wraps?
You dare lecture me?
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert. I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of. And I've never understood our family's incessant pursuit of it. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong. And I deeply understand what freedom means to the people of Mondstadt. The Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could such a rebellious monster emerge from our own family?
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical here. Politeness and elegance seem to have gone out the window.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. The honorary knight and I have other matters to attend to.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of a Fatui hideout.
Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusive evidence?
The Fatui are in possession of a diagram of Mondstadt's defenses.
Paimon took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the Knight's patrol routes and marked out key information about Mondstadt.
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. I never suspected he could stoop this low. So stubborn. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine. Let's discuss this later. Our first priority is recovering that diagram.
Alright. At least we're not gonna let them get away with this. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay, cool. She's probably cryo. Cool. Duh. Level 69. Meme. Anywho. Talents, what do you do? Sharp Frost Swift Blade. Slashes swiftly, dealing cryo damage. When it hits an opponent, Eula gains a stack of Grim Heart that stacks up to 2 times. These stacks can only gained. Increases Eula's resistance to interruption and defense. Wielding her sword, Eula consumes all attacks of Grim Heart and lashes forward. AoE cryo damage. Opponents will run over if Grim Heart stacks are consumed. Surrounding opponents will have their physical resistance to cryo materials. Each consumed stack of Grim Heart will be converted to an Ice World brand cryo damage. Level 8. Glacial Illumination. Brandishes her great sword, dealing cryo damage to nearby opponents and creating a Lightfall sword. That follows her around the duration up to 7 seconds. While present, the Lightfall sword increases Eula's resistance to interruption. Eula's own normal attack, elemental skill, and elemental burst damage to opponents. They will charge the Lightfall sword. Cool. If 2 stacks of Grimheart are consumed, unleash the holding mode of Ice Tide Vortex. A shattered Lightfall sword will be created. I think 50% of basic attack damage, physical damage. Wellspring of War Lust. When Glacial Illumination is cast, the cooldown of Ice Tide Vortex is reset. Ooh. Aristocratic Inspection. When Eula crafts character talent materials, she has 10% chance to receive double. Cool. Oh, that's cool. That's different. I have not seen anybody that didn't just have the spin to win on their Claymore combo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Also, her attack pattern is funny looking.
More speed. More speed. Crush.
They're here! Stop them!
Oh, they're just standing there.
Beg for mercy.
Why is she doing so much damage? Level 70 weapon. Base attack 549. Noblesse.
Shudder.
What an I must counterattack!
Crush.
Okay, so that's the charge version.
Rack and ruin. More speed. Shudder.
You can't run! Well, try.
Beg for mercy.
Let's move. Harden up.
Yeah.
That all you got?
Shudder.
Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Beg for mercy.
No one escapes my sights!
Use this first.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Oh, I'll protect us.
Dodge this.
You need to hurry up. Freeze! Roasted fries! This was an unfortunate fault.
With sword comes shadow.
This should be easy enough.
Don't blink.
Blood of Frost.
Let's move.
Shudder.
Cook this through.
I condemn you. Good grief. Rack and ruin.
This isn't good.
More speed.
No slacking off.
Eye for an eye.
No escape. Nowhere to hide.
This should be fun.
Come on.
This is bad.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
Incoming. Hey!
Get out of my way.
I condemn you. Freeze to the core.
My work finished.
Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Dodge this!
Oh, now it goes up. Of course it does.
That's where they put the diagram!
Just here, huh? I guess there's no other option but to fight.
She hits hard.
Beg for mercy.
You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
Rack and ruin. Let us cross swords. Yeah. Guess I got Mike.
Yep. I was not paying attention to her health, because she doesn't get staggered when she gets hit. Yeah, I deserve that. Fucking Harbinger of Dawn. Motherfucking Harbinger of Dawn.
Comeuppance.
Let the show begin. Huh. 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 Yeah. Huh.
Prepare yourself.
Cool it! Dodge this! Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Cut to the chase. Let it rain.
Huh? Huh.
I must collect my
Speed of light. Huh?
What element gets through the Geogeist shields very easily?
Well met. Eye for an eye. Yeah.
Use this first. attack.
Dodge this!
Let's dance. Hi.
Yep.
Hi. Ho. Ho. Yeah. Hi.
Crush! Tch!
Death.
This must be it. They may very well have already made a copy of it. But without my uncle as their puppet, there'd be no use in them attacking the city.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt by force, as opposed to with the help of a puppet, they could have spared themselves the trouble. The Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't just be Mondstadt alone.
That's right. The people would be uprising as well. Be putting the cart before the horse.
Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know how to handle things from here.
By the way, did you follow us here?
Oh yeah, you suddenly appeared at just the right moment.
Yeah, about that. Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking earlier, I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here to return the favor.
So getting the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses was your way of exacting vengeance.
Finally, after all this time, Paimon understands what you're saying.
But what was about all that stuff about doing them all in order? There's a lot of other people that I'm sure were higher up on the list before us.
In reality, you sensed that something might happen to us during our investigation. You were worried about us and your uncle, so you brought a team to take a look.
Or vengeance is her really weird and twisted way of saying of, I will then repay the favor. I will return the favor, be it good or bad.
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist the story. You don't look too bright, but it turns out you have a knack for scheming. And mark my words, I'll remember that.
Hey, what do you mean Paimon doesn't look too bright?
It's probably because you're tiny and people just associate tiny and small with child.
You have seeded a deep enmity between us. Just you wait. Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget you.
So does that make us your arch enemies?
Bring it on!
I like your fighting spirit. I'll take this diagram back to the Knights of Favonius and take it from here.
Sure. Well, see you around.
That you will. And make sure not to steal my targets next time.
Blame Amber for that. She sent us there. The Spindrift shall never return to the sea. Interesting name. Is there any treasure in here? Any treasure at all? Aha! I knew that they would put treasure here. Right under my nose, just like I knew they would. I'm kidding, I see the chest. Yeah. Well, that was definitely an interesting mission. We got to meet a lot of more characters, and it definitely expands on the lore of Mondstadt. At the same time, I recommend everybody who hasn't already to go read the webcomic, because it'll definitely greatly expand your understanding of the formation and founding of the Knights of Favonius, especially Vanessa, and how she would eventually rise up against the Lawrence clan. It's a really touching story. Ice Bridge.
Cool it.
I said Ice Bridge. And that concludes another story, which means we now have time to do another one. The Imperatrix Ambrosia chapter. Act 1. Look at how far away they made Act 2. Anywho. Reflections of Mortality. The Lonesome Euthymia. I forget how you pronounce this.
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
The statue of the omnipresent God. I forgot to set the quest as my quest marker, but luckily I know where the statue of the omnipresent god is. Oh, it's starting to warm up in here. I think we managed to finally hit up to 60 degrees. We're almost at room temperature. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up liking my least favorite character in the game by the time we finish this. Oh, yeah. Fucking fix my party setup.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
I will protect you.
And actually, while I'm here... Bam! Now we have a level 80 character. Hopefully that'll make things easier. Look at those ascension requirements. They want us to be at world level 7 in order to do this.
If the Tenryou Commission won't assist in dealing with the thunderstorm, the consequences could be catastrophic.
Hey, Toma! I miss you.
It's not that we're unwilling to do our part. We just don't have any spare hands right now.
Hey,
I
Kujo
hope you
Kamaji
can
too.
understand.
How's that whole romance thing going? Also, someone pointed out to me that the girl that we handed the love letter to him from is actually the same VA as Raiden Shogun. So that's kind of neat.
Exactly. So let's keep the discussion going and see if we can find a solution.
Hey, Toma! What's going on?
Hello you two. We were just talking about what an impact you've made in Inazuma.
You mocking me?
Greetings. Thank you both again for delivering Miss Hiragi's letter that time.
Miss Hiragi's letter. Yeah, that was her name.
Ah, so they're friends of yours. I'm Master Kamaji's servant. Call me Ippe.
Ippe. Sounds like you're having some trouble.
Well, the Tri-Commission's work used to consist of gathering information for the Shogun and carrying out any duties she assigned. But recently, she announced that she wishes to spend some time in solitude and self-reflection. Since she is refusing to receive any visitors, there is no one to tell us what to do. We all understand if the Shogun needs some quiet time to gather her thoughts. The only problem is, in the meantime, the thunderstorm out at sea has been getting wilder.
I hear that the storm represents the Shogun's will.
Yep, that's the one. And all the time it's been there, the storm has never changed in shape or size. But now, it seems to be drawing closer to Inazuma.
What? So her will's changed and she wants to destroy Inazuma now? Or is this her way of trying to get revenge on us?
That would be a little childish. Are you really scared of her? Yes, I am. She killed that Thunderbird thingy in one hit, and it's immune to lightning damage.
Oh yeah, you're right. If she really wanted to get revenge on us, she could just strike us with lightning right here, which would also be pretty scary.
I don't think you need to worry about that. The reason we're concerned is that we've never known the Almighty Shogun's will to falter before.
Considering Liyue's god left not too long ago, it's hard not to take it as a bad sign.
That is a good point.
A lot of people now believe that the thunderstorm is getting wilder because the Almighty Shogun is having health problems. The fact that she won't see anyone right now makes us concerned that things are only going to get worse.
It's a valid concern, but I don't think she can have health problems. She doesn't have a physical form. She is a puppet. There must be a reason for the change in the storm.
Right. So, before rumors start spreading, Miss Kamisato got me to come here and discuss countermeasures with the Tenryou Commission. We need to make sure we're prepared to deal with the chaos if and when it arrives.
Unfortunately, the reality is that the Tenryou Commission is facing huge internal instability at the moment. The Kujo clan has lost control over the other clans.
Huh? Why is that?
The Kujo clan is still awaiting the Shogun's trial for colluding with the Fatui and nearly destroying the whole of Inazuma. Everyone knows that a change of commissioner is inevitable. It's just a matter of time before the almighty Shogun hands down her decree.
I don't think she will be too bad about it, because she was completely complicit in the collusion with the Fatui. It was a decision she came to on her own, if we're taking the Fatui's word for it. But the guy that did it for the good of Inazuma, and the Raiden Shogun agreed. So, if there is going to be a punishment, I don't know how severe it will be.
To put it simply, no one will take orders from the Kujo clan anymore. But there's still work that has to be done.
If Mr. Takayuki was in better health, there might be a way through. But now?
My lack of ability is to blame. I failed to uncover the truth in time, and I failed to stop my father. And now, as acting head of the clan, I'm failing to quell the unrest.
I didn't even realize, but his title underneath his name has changed to Proxy Clan Head.
Don't blame yourself, Master. You have to at least keep your chin up until your older brother returns. The Kujo clan can't cope with any more instability in its current state.
Yes, you're right. Masahito has enough on his plate at the moment. Mustn't cause any more issues for him.
Alright.
Okay, Toma, let's revisit this discussion in a few days. Right now, I need to go visit Takatsukasa Susumu, head of the Takatsukasa clan. He's the only one capable of taking charge of the situation now.
Also, we never bothered to check on Kujo Sara to see if she's, like, alive. Because, you know, it almost looked like fucking Signora fucking killed her all the way back when we fought against Signora.
I suppose. Well, okay, no problem. A speedy resolution to the Tenryo Commission's internal issues is in our best interest as well.
I'll come with you, Master.
No need. I'll handle this by myself.
Oh, okay. Take care then. Come back soon.
If you think about it, both the thunderstorm situation and the issue with the Tenryo Commission have been caused by the Shogun's decision to take some time off, right? If things carry on like this, people will start to panic.
Maybe we could invite her out for a while. Why did you come to this decision from, Aether?
Huh? You can actually do that?
Don't know for sure, but we may as well try. Whether she takes us up on the offer or not will depend on what mood she's in.
Sounds like you guys know what to do. Shall I leave it up to you then? You know, everyone's worrying about the Shogun's condition, but if people got to see her in person, it would put their fears to rest.
I'll try.
Thank you very much. I owe you one, again.
The way Paimon sees it, there's only one person who might have the chance to see the Shogun while she's isolating, right?
Yai.
Let's take a trip to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Reflections of Mortality.
Your master shouldn't blame himself so much. Anyone else in his position would find it just as difficult to deal with.
Exactly. He puts far too much pressure on himself. The Kujo clan's future isn't looking bright.
I still want to know what's going on with Kujo Sara. I fucking turned the mission notification thing off again by accident. Oh, actually, hang on, while we're here. Oh no, we'll do it at the end. We'll grab, I forgot that we've been doing that in most recent missions. If we have time for it at the end, we'll do the weird Fatui fortune slips thing again. Look for Yai Miko. There she is, standing by the tree. Yeah, I'm only at level 5. She seems so much taller than us,
receive
but then
VIP shrine visitors during downtime. So I suppose you're here just to visit me?
Yes, I was. Actually, I wanted to ask you about something.
How cold. I saved your skin, didn't I? Surely you could at least humor me by engaging in some small talk first? Then again, I suppose your frankness is part of your charm.
See, the way they frame her in the shot makes her look so much taller than Aether, and you can even tell that Aether's looking up at her, but when we were looking at the models before we walked up to her, there was barely a height difference there. It was like, what, like 2-3 inches maybe? Then again, okay.
So tell me, what is the matter?
She's also looking down on us, which also makes it look like we are a lot smaller.
We heard the Shogun decided to take a break, and since then the thunderstorm around Inazuma has gotten wilder.
But we're looking straight at her in this frame of the shot, which makes it mean that she's about our height.
Rumor has it that the thunderstorm is affected by the Shogun's will, so people are worrying that something might be wrong with her.
All right. There's little purpose in keeping anything hidden from you anyway. Since the battle, the Shogun has been greatly troubled and her temperament has changed drastically.
What?
Her temperament has changed?
Her power was already on the decline. Then you dealt her that fateful strike. The defeat was a heavy blow to her. It also didn't help that I forgot to bring her some tricolor dango and light novels when I went to see her.
Wait, what?
Oh, the poor thing. Without desserts and books to console herself with, she was so angry she quite simply lost it. Crying and ranting and raving. Oh, I could hardly bear to see her that way.
Are we sure we're talking about the same person?
You expect us to believe that a god would throw a temper tantrum over something like that?
I don't believe you. Look at Aether's face. Yeah, I don't believe you. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. She does act like a child now that I stop to think about it.
Before you get too indignant, consider the fact that your concerns sound every bit as nonsensical to me as that blatant lie did to you.
Okay, she was lying.
A seeks eternity. To her, mortal lives come and go in the blink of an eye. Of what consequence to her are mortal concerns for her well-being?
Oh, that's right. I threw my phone behind me. I was kind of using that as a clock.
You're saying she's fine, right?
I don't know the details. She said she wanted to rest, and I have nothing pressing that requires her attention, so there is no reason to disturb her. I have heard about the thunderstorm, though. As to the cause, it is not inconceivable that, as you suggest, her will has wavered somewhat.
All the more reason to check on her. Maybe she's gone stir-crazy.
I am the only one in all of Inazuma who can visit her while she is resting. But tell me, why should this concern me? Why should I do this for you, when I already have everything one could ever want, and have seen everything one could ever wish to see?
We're literally doing the do it for her meme. Do it for the people.
I like that answer. Here is the pass permit. Show it to the Okuzumeshu at the gate, and he will let you in.
Thanks, Miko!
My question was in jest, but since you answered it in earnest, please stay true to your word. Oh, and don't forget to return the pass permit to me after you have finished with it.
Oh, boy. We go from Tenshikaku to the Nanakurumi Shrine all the way back to fucking Tenshikaku. This is a fucking roundabout.
The almighty Shogun has requested solitude. No visitors allowed.
Oh, we've got a pass permit from Miko.
Don't be ridiculous. Lady Guji never gives her pass permit to another person. Not even esteemed travelers like yourselves. Guji is only authorized to hold that pass permit because of the trust that the Almighty Shogun places in her, and her alone. Wait, this is authentic.
It'd be a little difficult to forget it. Feel free to check with Miko.
Understood. Then as the Shogun has ordered, I must not stand in your way. Apologies. Please proceed. Since the Shogun is resting at this time, please be especially respectful, and make sure your behavior is impeccable.
Come on, Ether, you can at least wait for the man to finish before you just walk by and ignore him. And if I didn't dislike Raiden Shogun so much, fucking, oh, she's pacing. Ether probably would be on the top of my shit list for the worst character in the game. We can leave. Okay.
Look how she's pacing back and forth. Don't you think she looks a little anxious?
Do you think she'll notice us? If I just stand here, she'll just keep pacing forever? Stealth mission, go. When she turned around, there was only one set of footprints in Tenshikaku. Ah, fuck it! She walked in. I walked into it.
How did you get in? Trespassers are to be eliminated at once.
Wait, no, it's us! Why are you treating us like we're your enemies? We made amends, didn't we? Also, we got in by totally legitimate means!
Denied. Use of force has been forbidden. Anyway, be gone. Do not disturb my solitude.
Forbidden? Why? Is everything okay?
That is of no concern. This is my recuperation state.
Okay, camera angle. Why are we up here? Oh, there goes the lights.
What did you make of this? She's acting strange, huh?
Do puppets really need rest and relaxation? Has she ever been like this before?
This body has no need of rest. But I am an assistant to the one within. If she wishes to rest, I must follow her will.
Oh, wait, you actually have some semblance of fucking personality separate from A? Wait, I don't understand how this puppet works.
Paimon gets it, so this is all A's doing. But why? Surely you going about your business doesn't interfere with the plane of Euthymia. She's got plenty of space in there. Seems like it would be the perfect place for rest and relaxation.
I do as she wishes. I can say no more than this.
I thought the reason we went to Yai was so that we could talk to A, not the puppet. And I didn't even stop to think that the puppet wasn't doing anything and that was a problem. Then again, I don't understand how the puppet functions, so I was just assuming that if I was taking a nap, the puppet was taking a nap. I did not realize that if A is not piloting this thing, it just kind of keeps going. I'm so confused. Well, not so much confused as curious, I guess. Why not put their minds at rest? Everyone's worried and wants to see you.
I cannot. In my current state, even if I went out, I could do nothing. I am currently unwilling to deal with any business. I am also incapable of it.
What do you mean by that?
It has been forbidden. Please refrain from making me talk any further.
What should we do? It feels like this conversation is going nowhere.
It's like we're talking to a robot. Because we are, kind of. I think. I really don't understand how Raiden Shogun works. And I really don't want to try. Have you malfunctioned?
Ah, it's you two. It's been a while.
Oh no, we woke her up.
The Shogun can't do much at the moment. Come straight in and see me.
Oh shit. Fuck. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But at least I understand this.
That was terrifying! Would it be so hard to give us a little warning first?
Oh shit, I didn't even realize we brought Paimon in here. Has Paimon ever been in here?
It's not your first time. I don't see what there is to be so alarmed about.
Also, if she could just suck us in here, it's like, how does that work? The whole consciousness thing, plane of Euthymia, whatever.
So, is the Shogun broken? Are you gonna get it fixed, or...?
Don't worry. The Shogun's not broken. I've just temporarily disabled many of her functions.
How does that work? I don't fucking get it. Like, obviously, it keeps going, that is forbidden, that is forbidden. She kept saying that. Is she, like, programmed?
Currently, the Shogun is unable to handle any business and cannot appear as me. So the easiest solution was to announce that I am resting.
That's what she meant by forbidden.
As I said, I need to think about Inazuma's eternity, and thinking takes time.
Cool, well, while you're thinking, your kingdom could literally disappear overnight, so you should still at least... You can think and also, what's it called? Do your job? It's not like you... Like, imagine if the President of the United States, rather than instead of doing their job, said, I'm resting, I'm just gonna go play golf for fucking... I don't know... 5-6 days a week. It'd be totally impractical and no one would ever do that.
But the Shogun is still running based on her old rules. I can't allow her to make any mistakes while I am working things out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Why do people hate Paimon? Paimon is comedy gold right there. Fucking crying. So funny.
No. She was not created to ever be turned off. Furthermore, I had even predicted at the time that I may wish to modify the Shogun's operational rules at some point in the future. However, such changes would not be conducive to eternity.
How are you so strict with yourself?
That's why the Shogun has a robust system to safeguard against modification. It's also to protect against unforeseen circumstances. For now, while I figure out the form that eternity should take, it's more effective for me to temporarily disable some of the puppet's functions, rather than attempt to modify her rules.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! The thunderstorm's getting out of control because some of the Shogun's functions have been disabled.
The thunderstorm is getting out of control? This is the first I've heard of it.
Because nobody is allowed to come and fucking talk to you. See, this is what I mean. Do your fucking job. If you're gonna be an authoritative dictator, you should at least, I don't know, be the leader?
Huh? Okay, well, let us bring you up to speed.
I see. So the thunderstorm is drawing closer.
You can fix it, right?
It's just a minor error. This kind of thing was bound to happen. A small modification to the Shogun should fix it.
So everyone was worked up over nothing? This seems a little arbitrary.
Don't look at me like that. I've never had to tinker with the Shogun before, and she's very complicated. It's practically inevitable for something to go wrong when you start tweaking things.
So this is just reminding me of something someone told me once, that while you're coding or you're adding something to the game, it can cause all sorts of bugs. And this might just be a meta joke about the fact that they could tweak any one little thing about the game, and it might cause bugs somewhere else.
Yes, that's it. I'm not making excuses. It's the truth.
I believe you. This one time.
It's fine. Just as long as you can fix it is all.
Any progress on your thoughts about eternity?
Not much. As before, I can see the way forward, yet there are still contradictions. But there is no urgency. To reach an ill-conceived verdict in haste, just for the sake of having reached one, would be a confusion of priorities.
Come with us. Get a change of pace.
Hmm? If everyone sees that the Shogun is in good health, it'll put all the speculation and rumors out there to rest.
Also, how is Kujo Sara doing? I want to know that she's okay. I literally haven't seen hide nor hair of her after the incident with the Harbingers. So, is she alive still?
And who knows? A change of scenery might put you in a different mood and give you some fresh inspiration.
You mean leave the plane of Euthymia?
Might do everyone some good. Wait, can she leave? She's just a consciousness without a body. How does that even work? Might do everyone some good. You haven't left in a long time, I'll bet.
It's unnecessary, as far as I'm concerned. But since you're inviting me, a change of pace might well be nice. All right then. I'll come out for a while. Oh, since the theme of the day is a change of pace, you can just call me A. I'm not a great fan of rigid titles.
Then why the fuck do you... I don't fucking get this woman.
What? But you're just A's consciousness, aren't you? Can consciousness actually leave this place?
I'm assuming they can. She was talking to us earlier from the background, I guess.
I have my ways. I would never subject myself to imprisonment voluntarily.
Oh, great! Then there's nothing to worry about. Allow us to be your tour guides.
Tour guides? What's a tour guide?
I'm done. Oh, no. That's it.
Someone to show you around the Inazuma of today and give you tips on where to eat and how to have fun. All right, let's go!
Oh boy. Also, we could sort out this whole trial of the Kujo clan thing while we're here. The Lonesome Euthymia.
That's the Almighty Shogun. She's finished recovering already? Well, it's good to see she's okay.
Go out for a walk with A. Let's talk to everybody we can along the way. We don't work here. This dungeon Chicago opposite him is those important officials. Everyone has to try. If you disturb anyone here, I'll happily escort you away from the premises. Got it. You better understand. So canonically, she's following right behind us. Alright, I'll leave you alone. We should probably go see Toma.
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it. The stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected.
Nobody lives forever.
It's the Shogun! What is the Almighty Shogun doing here?
Isn't the Shogun sick? This is quite sudden.
I appear to have frightened the people.
Well, what did you expect? The Almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are gonna freak out a bit.
Seems like a bit of an overreaction. Doesn't the Shogun normally patrol these parts?
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away for a while and make a more low-profile return later?
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was worried about. Never mind. This definitely seems like your style, eh?
She is so carefree.
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume?
Yes.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic.
Although there is no more Mora being minted.
Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me. Wait, what do you mean, either?
Oh god. Paimon doesn't have money.
Anyway, people seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anyway.
Oh, I forgot. Paimon was comparing her to Morax.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
I missed the joke there because I was thinking.
What is this stall selling?
I don't know. I've never been here
I don't believe
before.
I've ever seen this before.
Neither have I.
What's the Shogun doing here? What am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm so nervous. Shogun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here.
Oh, he's in a hurry.
Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Huh? Milk? Sounds kind of like the odd one out.
Yeah, I don't consider milk to be a snack.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk.
Interesting. I might want to try that.
The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
I'm sorry, Shogun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that can be shaken by dango and milk?
Huh. Why do I feel like she's different than I expected?
Because she is, and also, look, we're doing that thing where we're psychically reading people's thoughts again.
Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either. And both dango and milk have a short shelf life. So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
I wonder how many parts milk and how many parts dango that proportion is.
A chance combination. Interesting. May I try this drink?
The almighty Shogun wants to try? Well, certainly. And you two should try it too.
Wait, I thought she was a consciousness. Is she out here really, or is she like possessing the fucking puppet? And if so, can the puppet eat and drink? Interesting.
Nice. It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
So it's like a milkshake. Interesting. The dango has a lot of flour in it, right?
It's a little bit like porridge?
Ah.
But the resemblance is only superficial.
I like porridge. I think I might want to try this. I don't know where I would go about finding it. Or I guess I could make it myself, but I don't know what the proportions are.
Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this dango milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
Well, I won't lie to you. Sales are very average.
Average?
So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination, even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly.
Interesting. Well, it looks like the word of mouth is spreading, so maybe it will eventually.
I'm not saying the Almighty Shogun has unusual tastes. Please, don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
Please don't. Don't interfere with commerce like that. That's fucking obscene.
No, Almighty Shogun. That's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on Dango milk.
So you like sweet things?
Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual that I should enjoy them too. Miko agrees with me on this.
She kind of did say something jokingly about sweets and fucking, what was it, light novels?
There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time.
Now that I think about it, isn't like there like the publishing company called Yai Publishing House? Does Yai Miko own the fucking light novel publishing company? That's so weird if it is.
By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels.
God damn it. Oh, it's like the game's reading my mind.
She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure! Let's go and have a look!
Oh, that reminds me. There was something I was going to do in my downtime that I forgot, but I didn't remember to do it. I was going to buy a book from Yai Publishing House, and we'll read that on stream at some point.
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Yai Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
Fuck it, we'll do it this stream, actually, if it lets me.
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
What?
She just wants to browse your books.
The Almighty Shogun wishes to read light novels?
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the Almighty Shogun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
Based on some of the light novels that we heard from Suida on the fucking Misty Island nonsense, you probably are going to see a lot of the same stuff over and over again. Might I recommend Kino's Travels?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Don't be nervous. The Almighty Shogun just wants to have a look.
Well... okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the latest bestsellers. There are some winning entries from the This Novel is Amazing competition. I've just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay. Let's go then. Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material? I know every individual word in these books' titles, so why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations? Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilly churl is that I only need to eat Sansetias to become stronger.
Welcome to the world of light novels.
It's so long.
Why do they call them light novels again? Because I've read some novels in my day, and many a light novel are very longer. Many longer. Especially when you consider the fact that some light novels come in multiple volumes.
Is it true that hilichurls grow stronger from eating Sansetias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
Do we have to explain the concept of fiction to her?
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device.
It's imaginary. Whatever the author wants it to be.
So it's made up? What's the point of that? Without being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable? Also, I'm fairly certain that hilichurls can't write stories. So, does this author claim to be documenting hilichurl life from an outside perspective, perhaps?
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Too modern, I guess. Fads have no place in eternity.
How about we choose for you? We can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right, then. I believe myself to be relatively well-read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start.
I don't know what your interests are, so this is kind of hard for me too.
I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
All right, leave it to us. We'll be back in a jiffy.
You guys know exactly what novel.
It'll be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against.
Okay, so here's the
almighty Shogun reads light novels. Huh. You can't write this stuff.
Yes, you can. Anywho. That's the editor. Where do I buy them? Writer. Can I not buy books here? Darn it, it doesn't look like I can buy books. We're coming here and buying books later.
Almighty, huh?
A Leeway martial arts story. Life made me a fighter when I just want to be a writer. This book is a martial arts story set in Leeway, focusing on fighting between different gangs. The protagonist aspires only to become a humble novelist, but gets caught up in the world of a gang strife because of unparalleled martial arts ability. The selling point of this story is the protagonist never joins any faction, but is constantly assumed to be the reclusive master of the one faction or another. The martial arts pro who sees the protagonist as their enemy are always making a scene. The protagonist is stuck in the middle of all this, all the while clinging to the light and dream of becoming a novelist.
What a strange person. Why would someone want to be a novelist that badly? Someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world.
Don't mock people's dreams, Paimon. Some people want to be a novelist. Doesn't matter what your skills are. In fact, a lot of people want to be what they're not good at. It's all about the journey. The protagonist has an admirable will.
You do have a point. And a character so determined to follow their ambition is likely to appeal to A, right?
Daily life romance story. Ooh. Let me read. The chaotic epic that is the tale of my youthful love life. This book is about the love stories between very mediocre man and 7 beautiful... Oh, never mind. I don't think we need to explain this one to her. It's a chronological account of the protagonist's daily life, featuring many amusing anecdotes. The writing is solid, the prose is elegant, and the author brilliantly brings out the unique charm of each character in the story. But the story stops at a crucial moment when the main character's childhood sweetheart is just about to confess their love to him.
The suspense is killing Paimon! Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood.
I hope she finds happiness. I hope the writer gives her a happy ending.
Right! Yeah, it's just a novel. But please let the author have a heart. plot is really gripping. But would A really understand this kind of mortal romance?
Oh no, not the reincarnation adventure story. No. A reincarnate Shogun Almighty repoint as Raiden with unlimited power. Oh no. Oh god, no. In this book, the protagonist is struck by lightning beneath the thunder Sakura and wakes up to discover that he has become the Raiden Shogun. Oh god. Prior to the event, the protagonist is a nobody who gets bullied by everyone, but after becoming the Raiden Shogun, he acquires unlimited power. The appeal of this one is probably lies in the euphoria of going from powerlessness to omnipotence. The protagonist's inner journey is finally breaking free of their low self-esteem. But it's hard to see how the story would ever develop after the protagonist literally becomes the Raiden Shogun.
With a premise like this, it's no wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around.
No shit.
Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A. We might get the author in trouble.
Doesn't paint the Shogun in a bad light. I think it's quite original. No. I will never say that.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and did a bunch of stuff this Paimon would never do, Paimon would feel really uncomfortable. That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
Everything is going smooth.
Oh god. This is cringe. This is so
The
cringe.
looks on your faces tell me you found some good stories.
The God, don't bring up the Shogun story. The martial arts story. You relate the story of the life of made me a fighter when I just want to be a writer today.
Goodness. Are people in Liyue really so complex these days?
People in general are really complex these days.
Even though the protagonist refuses to acknowledge his innate talents, he has a rare dedication to justice. Where is he now? Does he have plans to visit Inazuma? If so, I will instruct one of the commissioners to bring him to me on his arrival. I would very much like to spar with him.
Guys, you missed the point I brought up earlier. You need to explain the concept of fiction to her. Oh! Dreams. Imagine dreams, Raiden Shogun. Do you not have dreams? Fuck, where's Zhongli when you need him? I got nothing. If you don't understand the concept of fictional and not, or the difference, what the concept of fiction is, boy, are you in for a rude awakening.
He's a fictional character. He doesn't exist.
Thank you, Paimon. Thank you.
What about the antagonists, though? Don't you have any thoughts about their part in the story?
The antagonists? You mean all the people who behaved foolishly? What can I say? They're bad people, and they all got what they deserved. End of story.
Uh-huh.
A doesn't seem interested in the supporting characters at all.
Weird.
So what do you think of Yae Publishing House's light novels, eh? Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma.
How the fuck did you come to that conclusion?
Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plain of Euthymia, there was no Yae publishing house, and certainly no stories of this kind. In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. A nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time. But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time.
Change is inevitable.
I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of Euthymia. But the truth is right here in front of my eyes, and I can't deny it.
And that's exactly why we brought you out, to take a look around and get some fresh ideas.
If you have a closed mind, you cannot see that the world is changing regardless of eternity.
Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change. But I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me.
Don't mention it.
This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion. I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot. I really can't praise it highly enough. I hope I will remember it for a long time to come.
Well, why don't we take a photo? Oh, God.
Ooh, great idea! A's had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember it.
Take a photo? Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Ooh. In another series that is based off of a visual novel, actually, I guess, the main protagonist was searching for the ephemeral moment, or a moment trapped in eternity. That would be an interesting way to have A come to the realization that eternity can be achieved in many ways. And through, like, a photo or a mural, she could create art that could last forever. You could make the culture written in stories. There's a lot of ways you could make a nation last forever. A photo is a great example. I actually like this idea. Now, I know that the writers might come to this conclusion and might have had this in mind with this idea, but I don't know if the story is going to go that way because we have dumb protagonists.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a scenic spot and show you what we mean.
The Fabric of Constancy.
So, what are we supposed to be doing?
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose. Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay, so what exactly is striking a pose?
I'm done. No, Daniel. Finish the stream, Daniel. Finish it.
Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do some sort of visually agreeable action in front of you, right? The more I think about it, the more embarrassing it seems. How should I pose? Help me out here. It should look good, but not too over the top. This isn't coming naturally to me at all.
Graceful and dignified. Let's just go with that. Now I'm gonna go relaxed and casual.
Casual. How about this? This feels quite natural.
Maybe try another one?
All right. Well, I'll leave the decision to you.
Graceful and dignified?
Okay. I'll try that. All right. Well, I'll leave the decision. This doesn't feel very me. Is this okay?
That worked.
All right. Well, I'll leave the decision to you.
Let's just
Casual.
That
okay,
works.
let's get started.
Let's pick a good angle to record this moment from.
Oh. Let's see. Oh, can I pan? Oh, I can pan. Nice. Okay, good. So I want to get this shot. Maybe. No. Rule of thirds. So we'll put her here in the frame. Nah, she's just looking at it. Alright. I wish I could move her over more to the left. Okay. Okay, we want to be perpendicular to the sunlight. So we'll go with this. Yeah. There we go.
It's a wrap! Take a look! Here's the photo we took of you.
Wow. This is astonishing. Is it some kind of magic? It seems to be another copy of me. But she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk.
It's just a record.
I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid, but it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, and so is the scenery in the background. I can't imagine how it's achieved.
It's like an artist painting the exact moment in time. For eternity.
That's what makes it so special!
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again. So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me?
Yes, I have trapped your soul in this piece of paper. It is there. It is mine for all eternity.
If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
How long has she been in the fucking plane of Euthymia again? How many years?
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you, Traveler.
It's a little bit like you and the Shogun.
Hey, that's right! Do you think the Shogun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that.
So your existence isn't singular.
My existence? I think I understand.
Y'all fucking took the fucking worst way possible to try to explain how a photo works to this lady.
I am me. There is only one of me. But I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in.
Okay, I guess she somehow got a version of correctness out of
A
that.
shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
It's your form. At that
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence. Then, how can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
Inazuma will always be Inazuma.
Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge. You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things. Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember. But it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma of today is no longer Inazuma.
This is an interesting camera angle.
Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent god were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps... Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Sounds to Paimon like Ace figured things out.
I don't trust it.
And that means that we've done a really great job as her guides.
No, you guys were mediocre guides at best. I feel like I could have done at least 2.5 times better.
Master Kamaji! Master Kamaji!
Oh, Ippei.
Why is it getting so noisy down there? Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei? Is that someone from the Tenryou Commission?
Yep, let's find out what's going on.
The Fabric of Constancy.
Hey, Ippei, what's the matter?
Raiden Shogun.
Ah, it's you. Huh? The almighty Shogun. You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? I am very sorry, he's not here at the moment. But if it pleases you, I will gladly deliver a message on your behalf.
Oh, wow, he's tall. Look at him, he's taller than the Raiden Shogun.
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you calling out, so we came to see what was going on.
Are you looking for your master?
Yes. Master Kamaji still hasn't returned from the negotiations, and I'm starting to get worried. In fairness, he does have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. It's perfectly possible that he just found somewhere he likes and lost track of time. But for some reason, today, I'm particularly nervous.
Kujo Kamaji. A descendant of the Kujo clan, I presume.
That's right. Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master Masahito is rarely home, Master Kamaji is currently serving as representative of the Kujo clan.
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryou Commission at present. Does this have anything to do with Kujo Kamaji?
Forgive us, almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan has failed in its duty. The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryou Commission is in decline. Plus you have yet to issue a verdict on the Commission's future. So, Master Kamaji decided to enter negotiations with the Takatsukasa clan with a view of having them take over.
Surely they would be discussing something like that at their headquarters, right? Why are you looking for them here?
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere. I'm a little confused as to why, to be honest, but I didn't feel it was my place to question the higher-ups. The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine. I believe the Takatsukasa clan have some kind of base there.
Who the hell are the Takatsukasa clan? I thought the 3 clans were like the one on Rito, the Kujo clan, and I guess there's 3 families in charge. This is just the 4th clan taking over, whatever. I don't get it. Whatever.
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name. They have been faithfully serving the Kujo clan all these years?
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand they must have had a lot of ground to cover, but still, there's no way it should have gone on this long. I've searched all over the city. If he really hasn't returned yet, then...
maybe something's happened.
Yeah, I thought of that possibility too. But someone of my rank can't just go venturing into Takatsukasa clan territory like that.
We can go check things out for you.
No need. I'm probably just overthinking things. Besides, if they're still at it, they'll only blame me for interrupting the negotiations. I'm only a lowly servant. But Master Kamaji and I grew up together. It'd be terrible if anything ever happened to him.
Hey, I hope things go well for him too. Mostly because I care about that budding romance.
I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be for him to come to harm when I could have done something about it.
What do you think, Almighty Shogun?
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you, even if we do happen to interrupt the negotiations. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision. This issue started with me, and I shall be the one to finish it.
That's commitment right there.
Thank you so much, Shogun. I'll keep looking around in the meantime, too. Let me mark out the location of the base for you. I hope everything goes smoothly.
buy this now. Looking to buy some books. Okay. This is what I am coming here for. Chronicles of the Six Kitsune. What the? Legend of Sword. There it is. We will be reading that in the near future. It's a weird place to have their outpost. Ooh, hang on. I need these. Alright. This is a weird place to have an entire clan base.
Whoa! Look at how well hidden this place is.
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains.
Maybe to evade detection.
I feel something that doesn't belong here. I sense danger.
Huh?
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan descendant may well be in trouble.
Alright. This is the character on the banner right now. Halberd! That's a fucking light novel worth of text right there, yikes. Raiden unveils a shard of her Euthymia, dealing electro damage to nearby opponents, granting nearby party members the Eye of Stormy Judgment. When the character with this buff deals damage to opponents, the Eye will unleash coordinated attack, dealing AoE electro damage at the opponent's position. Character who has the Eye of Stormy Judgment will have their elemental burst damage increased based on the energy cost. Huh. The Eye can initiate one coordinated attack every 0.9 seconds. Coordinated attacks generated by the character not controlled by you deal 20% of the normal damage. Muso Shinetsu. Gathering... Huh. Damage. Muso Ishin. While in this state, the Raiden Shogun will wield the Hitachi in battle. All her normal and charge damage. Chakra Desidera. What? Including Raiden Shogun herself, use the elemental burst. Raiden Shogun will build Resolve state. This is fucking complicated. So much nonsense. Wishes unnumbered. When nearby party members gain elemental orbs or particles, Chakra Desidera gains 2 resolve stacks. Each 1% above 100% energy recharge that the Raiden Shogun possesses grants her 0.6% greater energy restoration of the Muso Ishin. And bonus damage. So she's an energy recharge character. All Preserver. Mora expended when ascending swords and polearms decreased.
Shine down!
Finally,
Illusion shattered!
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Tenryou Commission base!
Something is not right. We must remove all those who stand in our way.
How's this? To the ferry.
Finally,
Skill 1, hit things. Skill 2, hit things but lightning. Skill 3, hit things but boob sword. Got it. Why is it building up meters?
To the ferry. It's my lucky day.
Ow.
Inazuma shines eternal!
That was 41,000 damage.
Boom! Let's get down to business.
Shine down!
There's more!
Oh, let's get the real Electro Archon out here.
With sword comes shadow.
To the ferry. Let's get down to business.
There we go.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Finally, say no more! To the ferry. Finally, my lucky day. Going somewhere?
Now
My
you shall
blade.
perish!
To the ferry. Finally, to the ferry.
Insolent! Torn to oblivion!
To the ferry.
Remove all obstacles.
Down to business. The perfect distance.
Cut to the chase.
My blade.
Speed of light.
Propagate. Yeah.
Shine down!
To the ferry.
Now you shall perish!
What's the fucking energy cost of this thing?
Let's get down to business.
There is no escape!
Finally,
Shine down!
Dancing thunder and might.
Incoming. Hey! Nowhere to hide.
All right.
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
Heal the well. I see why everyone wants Raiden Shogun. Her kit just seems broken. It's just free damage, more free damage, and even more free damage for when you run out of free damage.
Taste my blade.
Inazuma shines eternal! Erase all threats!
No one escapes my sight.
Not so hard!
Cut down. Like this.
Hell, even Amber hurts with this fucking buff. Oh, we're going the other way. This way.
I'll race you there. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Illusion shattered!
Look! It's Kujo Kamaji! But who's he with?
Stay back. I will deal with this.
Almighty Shogun!
Shogun, what are you?
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan. Explain what is going on here.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryou Commission recently. Really, it's nothing worth the Almighty Shogun worrying about.
And these minor issues warranted the secluded location and the hiring of Ronin and Kairagi to keep guard?
Well, there's been a lot of turmoil lately. It was just out of security considerations, that's all.
Silence. Descendant of the Kujo clan. Your turn.
All right. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were interested in was a written confession from the Kujo clan.
A written confession?
Yes. A statement acknowledging every crime committed by the Kujo clan since the inception of the Vision Hunt Decree, including all the recent misconduct.
All factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood steadfast all along and fought back against the crisis. These are all falsehoods.
Says who? Why, you two-faced? You're going back on everything you said.
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the Almighty Shogun can discern the truth. All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good, so they'll be first in line to replace the Kujo clan. Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign it under duress?
If anything, it's the Kamisato clan that was the one that was adamant in opposing the Vision Hunt Decree, but I believe they have other responsibilities.
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here. You've completely changed your tune.
I believe I now understand the situation.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Not a single word they say can be trusted.
You are quite mistaken if you think your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan, you wish to become the new Tenryou commissioner. Do I understand this correctly?
Well, yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryou Commission to offer our lives in service of the Almighty Shogun.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryou commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who can beat me in a duel becomes the new commissioner.
Really? Why? That is a very shitty way to determine who's in charge of the police force. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Matt. So you're telling me Mr. Muso no Hitotachi beat you in a duel? I doubt that.
Sorry, a duel with the Almighty Shogun?
The first Tenryou commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That is why the title has been passed down within the Kujo clan ever since. If you want me to appoint a new clan, then naturally, there must first be a new duel.
God, she's so archaic.
Do you not know how to wield a blade? Or do you simply doubt your abilities on account of your advanced age and declining physical condition?
Probably the latter, yeah.
Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too afraid to face my blade.
Well...
Well, most people don't want to take a challenge that they're sure that they will lose.
Well, never mind. What about one of you, then? Anyone who can defeat me, Takatsukasa or not, will be appointed the new Tenryou Commissioner.
Oh, come on. At least one of you has to have a spine. Come on.
Does not a single person dare to face me?
I will challenge you, Almighty Shogun.
Really? Why aren't you clapping?
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably, even if you win against me, it cannot atone for the wrongs committed under the Kujo name.
I realize that. I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. I know full well that the mistakes my father made ought to spell the end of the Kujo clan's legacy in the Tenryou Commission. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. I knew that what I was doing was wrong.
Really? Wow. I guess we will read that Flowers for Princess Fischl novel on this stream after all.
But that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I understood the situation perfectly well, but I took no action, and I didn't save a single person. I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent it, because in order to fail, you have to have at least tried.
To be brutally honest, for someone of your strength, there is nothing you could have done, even if you had tried.
Yes. I'm too weak. My father ignores me. My elder brother can't help me. And I even need Ippei to set me straight at times. It's the way it's always been.
I'm glad that they're giving this character a spotlight.
But if nothing else, then right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final hours, it is I who represent the clan, like my father before me. His duties are now mine to perform.
Actually, technically, he is actually the person who undermined the Vision Hunt degree to the largest degree, if you stop to think about it. It's because of him that the Traveler was able to gain a permit to freely go across Inazuma's borders. It was this man and his one true love who were pretty much the ones who ultimately spelled the end of the Vision Hunt decree.
Just as the Shogun said, a forefather of mine once showed his will with his sword. Then please, let me, Kujo Kamaji, end the story of the Kujo clan in the same way that it began. This is my last chance to do something.
This is patently meaningless. But I accept. Come forward.
We're doing this? Really? Raiden.
The Kujo clan's honor was forged with courage, tempered with integrity, and shines beyond life and death.
That's a polearm.
Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
Ready to learn. Almighty Shogun.
Wow, he's really putting in an effort. Wow. I'm rooting for you, man. Still going for it. Get up. You know, if I were ever gonna make a cutscene where someone gets a vision, this would have been the cutscene. Do this all day. That's Inazuma's ass right there.
Another anomaly in eternity. Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descendants of the Takatsukasa clan, it is your responsibility to take care of him. You may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that you are capable of attending to a small matter such as this.
Yes, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry. So sorry.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou Commission. The search for a successor to the role of Tenryou Commissioner is indeed a matter of great urgency. However, following this duel, I have decided to postpone the Kujo clan's punishment for the time being. In the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting the Kujo clan as before.
As you instruct, so it shall be done. We would not dare question the almighty Shogun's will.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me with deceptive information to produce flaws in my judgment, you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my blade will show no mercy.
Understood. Thank you, almighty Shogun, for your wisdom and mercy.
That will do. I will have the Okuzumeshu continue the investigation from here. Come with me. Let's find a quiet place. There's something I want to talk about with you.
Alright.
I'll catch up.
Well, this was interesting.
Whew. When it's time to deal with the situation, you're just like the Shogun. So strict.
Oh, you think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, she would have decapitated Kujo Kamaji without a second thought.
He was lucky. Maybe that's what he was expecting.
I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. I could see it in his eyes. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. Kamaji is hardly a great heir to the Kujo name, but he has shown me how some things remain the same even as the world around them changes.
I have not seen the character demos for Yao and Alhaitham yet.
I also have you to thank. The things we experienced out on the streets, and the photo you took of me, they helped me come to this realization too.
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they get to carry on being in charge of the Tenryou Commission?
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, their past mistakes cannot be erased. Still, I will give them a little more time. After all, they are not the only ones who have made mistakes. The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of doing so. But I, as A, would like to offer my apologies. I have much to contemplate in the days to come, but at least I can now see the way ahead.
Will you rule Inazuma directly?
I think I'll leave that to the Shogun. The greatest threat to eternity is still the erosion that comes with time. As I said, the Shogun has a robust system to protect her against modification. This is because I anticipated that I myself would change over time. But I've made up my mind. So I will do what needs to be done, no matter how difficult it is. This has certainly been a memorable series of events.
Absolutely. You sorted out the Tenryo Commission, and the people in the city got to see a happy and healthy Shogun. All the awful rumors will disappear in no time. If you enjoyed your trip, we should get you out again sometime.
Next time we'll bring some souvenirs. Next time we'll bring you some fun little trinkets.
No need. There's no place for such things in my life. Also, please stop making it sound as if I somehow need the company.
Oh, that's what Yai kept saying, because I think she cares about you too much.
Okay. I'm ready to head back now. My period of solitude will now continue, but it will not last too much longer. I will leave you humans to deal with any minor issues in the meantime.
Okay, see you next time! Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, things seem to have worked out surprisingly well in the end. The only thing left to do is return the pass permit to Yai Miko.
To hear mortal hearts. We gave her desserts and light novels like you told us to, Yai.
Did you now? Well then, you'll have to tell me all about it. How amusing. The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and suddenly she's like a wide-eyed country girl trying to find her bearings in the big city. Marvelous.
Sounds like the plot of a light novel.
What a shame I didn't get to see it for myself.
Only you would dare to say that. You and the Shogun enjoy teasing each other.
It's fine. She wouldn't mind. Really, she wouldn't.
Did she just wink at us?
So, from what you were saying, it seems that she has finally begun to comprehend what form eternity should take? That's the most important outcome of this trip. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you'd make such great progress when I lent you the pass permit.
Yeah, it seems like she's not gonna force everything to stay the same way anymore.
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven can't do when faced with something even more powerful than themselves.
The heavenly principles?
Take a guess. Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip and even had the chance to see A's less formal side. Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again. She would never admit to it, but she does, in fact, get quite lonely.
What? But she said she doesn't need company.
That's what Yai means by she would never admit to it, Paimon.
Because she is a god. It's not that gods don't need the company of others, just that the idea of a god having company seems indulgent to her. But you don't belong to this world. Perhaps you are just the company she needs.
Interesting. We're gonna end on that note, I guess.
Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Oh, we can actually cover the whole thing. Alright, about Dongo Milk.
I have no doubt that she immensely enjoyed that drink. I'm sure she was as happy as can be. What she really wanted to say was this. How soon do you think you could open a branch in the plain of Euthymia? Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
About the Raiden Shogun?
The puppet, yes. I've also heard that changing a puppet's operating rules is extremely difficult. It's most likely the first time in history anyone has faced this issue. You can imagine how hard it must be, given that it has successfully flummoxed the wise and powerful A. This is one problem that even the Muso no Hitotachi will not be able to solve.
Maybe we could have Nahida look at her? I don't know how a fucking puppet works. It's really confusing and I need answers.
Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Don't you think it's a fun idea? Someone being reborn as the Raiden Shogun? That's all that light novels are supposed to be. A bit of fun. For her, though... yes, probably a little too avant-garde. Ooh, maybe I should commission a sequel. Reborn as Guji Ai. What do you think? Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
I got nothing else to say. Well, that was definitely interesting.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
And we're going to end here. Technically. Technically, we're going to end here.